Hi, I'm Alice from PCGamesN and I'm here with Matt.
Hello there.
And you've been playing Brigitte on the PTR.
Yeah, she's this really cool new hero. Obviously everyone has been waiting for her for only about a week, really. So, you know, this ARG went really quickly.
Yeah.
The intention for this episode was to go through all those clues, but who cares now? Like, she's here. Right, so let's go through. She is a support character, but she's actually more of a support tank hybrid. Many things that you'll be aware of tank ideals, kind of the idea of soaking up damage, kind of like doing kind of more heavier attacks, is part of this character. So basically, she's, as anyone will know, she's Torbjorn's daughter. And is kind of the squire for Reinhardt. So there's kind of elements of both of those characters in her. Most obviously with Reinhardt, she has a barrier shield. Rather than this kind of wide open kind of like multiple character covering thing, it's actually just like a tower shield, like a traditional... She looks like a paladin, basically. She's got like this mace kind of rocket flail and the shield. So she's got 200 HP and 50 armor, so she starts as a 250 HP character, essentially. But you can build this massively, and I'll sort of explain now over time how we do this. But let's start with the rocket flail. Yep. Cool looking weapon, right?
Yeah, it does look really cool.
It's a mace, but the head comes off it on a chain, which means that you swing it around. This does 40 damage per sort of swing that you hit. But basically you can hit multiple enemies with it because you're swinging it on a chain, right? Yeah. It's got a passive which is called Inspire, and this heals allies with each hit. Okay. So if you're standing next to me, Alice, you know you've come in as D.Va or something like that, and each time I'm hitting, I'm healing you as well. Yeah. It seems to be about 80 HP at the moment that heals back. It's quite a lot when you think about it, like especially if you're with a squishier kind of attack character that's only got like 100 to 200 HP. Whether that gets nerfed, you know, when she comes out the PTR, I can see sort of maybe that happening. Then the other thing is, obviously she's a support, so she's there to help people. So she has what's called the repair pack. This can heal 150 HP to anyone. But if I fire it at you, Alice, and you've already got full health, or you know you only just need a little bit of topping up, anything else will provide you with armor. So basically, you get 75 up to 75 armor. From this pack, so you know it's a heal and armor provision. So you know that's taken a bit of kind of like your characters like Zenyatta, but also Torbjorn. So you know she's got a bit of a father in her. She has. Then there's the whip shot. So you've got this rocket flail, which obviously you can swing around, but also as it suggests, it's got little rocket boosters in the bottom of the head. Yeah. You can fire that off in like a linear motion. Okay. So if you've got someone that's quite far distance away from you, fire that off, it hits them and it'll push them back. Okay. The interesting thing about this is that it's great for combating kind of people that are coming on you perhaps through a dive meta tactic. So if you've got a Winston that's firing himself over, he's probably targeting you because you're a support, or maybe the Mercy that's with you. Yeah. If you fire this at him as he's in midair, it will knock him out the sky. Okay. Same with like a Farah or anyone that can kind of get that height. Really cool for getting people just out the way, essentially. Then she's got a barrier shield. As I said, very similar to Reinhardt's. It's got 600 HP. Okay, that's a lot. So, you know, perfectly good for holding back things, mainly for keeping you defended right, and I guess it's really good for getting yourself into position. Yeah. You can use that to do a shield bash, so this does it's a 40 damaging attack, but it will also stun enemies, so kind of a bit like the flashbang that McCree uses. Yeah. Really good to say, then just drop the shield and smash them about a bit. Yeah. Obviously this all builds to her ultimate, which is Rally. Okay. I really like Rally because it puts a little flag above your head, which is just really sweet. I mean, she's an amazing looking character anyway, kind of like this really kind of cute paladin kind of look. Yeah. But having the little flag is just like the lovely finishing touch. Yeah. But the key thing is that Rally, you can then move faster when you're in it, so great for getting yourself into position for allies that need your help at the time. Anybody that's around you, and I think it's an 8-meter radius, basically gets 25 armor added to them per second that you're in the area of effect. Yeah. This can allow you to build ridiculously strong. So, for example, I've been able to have her build up to over 400 health in total, which makes her really chunky. Yeah. The really key thing about this though is when you say what it does, it sounds a little bit like Sound Barrier for Lucio, right? Yeah. In that you're adding this kind of shield element to it. because it's armor and because of the way that rally works, is it doesn't disappear after the ult finishes.
Okay.
So if I've given you a load of stacks of armor, you now get to keep that until you're damaged.
Okay.
So, and when I say that, it's not like you take one bit of damage and all the armor gets lost. No, it's like if you got 50 armor out of this ult, you get to keep that until someone knocks 50 armor off you. It's a really incredibly strong ult, right?
Yeah.
And you can see, the thing that's interesting about it is if you stack that with other people that can do defensive ults as well. So if you then get a Zarya that comes and can do a shield on you, and then you get Lucio pop sound barrier, you're creating a team of characters that are incredibly hardy.
Yeah.
This is why she's, I guess, a support tank hybrid. Yes, she can heal, which is great, and she's got a really decent heal, but it's on a cooldown. It's not like Mercy that can be going around healing all the time. It's not like Lucio, who's got that AoE heal all the time. It's short, but the tanky elements of her support elements are just really, really cool about keeping people in the fight, allowing people to stay up, and yeah, just allowing her to swing that flail around a bit more, because that's really, really cool.
It is.
I've played around with her a little bit, not had a huge amount of time, and obviously trying to get the pick of Brigitte on the PTR is difficult at the moment. So most of the games I've been playing with her are actually on the all pick, so you've just got 6 of us running, which does mean that when everyone pops rally at the same time, you just get ridiculous amounts of health. Like I've had to go above 400, into the 500 range. It's crackers. Obviously that's not something you're going to get to see that much because you can't double up with her in normal play.
Yeah, of course.
The one thing I did notice is that Sombra absolutely melts her, because especially with that new hack that we've got that we discussed on last week's show, when you've not got the ability to use your shield, when you can't use the rocket flail, when you can't heal anyone, the flail on itself isn't that great, and I couldn't work out whether it stops the passive working, but if it does stop the passive working, all of her ability is taken away by a Sombra hack. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of other kind of like counters to her that are worked out over the way. I was talking to Kieran earlier, who suggested like a Tracer can just like blink past you, and just especially if you're only on 250 health or lower, she can just melt you regardless of whether you've got your shield up. It's mad. There will be plenty of ways to counter her. She's definitely not a character that some characters get put into the PTR completely overpowered, right? I think she's slightly more in the position that she will probably end up in the map. And by that, it's a case of some people have suggested maybe she's just here, she's going to completely disrupt the meta. I don't think she's that sort of character. I think she's actually a lot more evenly balanced. She's clearly got utility in defending against dive tactics and stuff like that. But yeah, I think she's more of a case of like, it's difficult to get people to pick support, right? Quite often, especially at lower tier of play as well, no one wants to pick support. If you give a support character that has got cool abilities like this, is a tank essentially, but can heal people, she's never going to be a main healer at all. She can't replace a Mercy, or I think she's more like Zenyatta in that she's an off support. But it's really cool to have another character like that. It's weird that it's sort of like she's followed on from Moira, right? So we've had support. We also had support before because Anna, our first DLC character, was support. There's a lot of effort being put in. But it's just clear that Blizzard know that support maybe just needs a little bit more help, right? So it's really cool to see her turn up.
Yeah, it is awesome. So, are you going to be playing Brigitte on the PTR? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, make sure you like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.